Hi friends, welcome back to Learning Points YouTube channel. In this video, I will going to show you how to integrate Razorpay payment gateway into your application. So very simple, you can see this is the Razorpay websites and you can log in or sign up. So I will start from the very beginning. So we will create a sign up and we'll do everything in front of you, right? So first sign up to the razorpay.com. So this is the sign up process. Here you will get, so here you can create your account through your email ID or you can directly log in to your Gmail account. So here I am going to create my account through my Gmail account. So I am continue as Somo, so my name is Somo, right? So I am just clicking on this and here it's asking to confirm. So by confirming, it will directly redirect to the Razorpay dashboard. And the next step, it will ask for the business type. As we have no company and no business, that's the reason I will select the unregistered, and it will ask for your name, so you can add your any random names. So here I am writing that is Learning Points, right? That is my YouTube channel, and you can provide any contact number. So I am providing in random numbers and clicking on next. So the registration process is working. So now it will go to the Razorpay dashboard. So you can see the link is redirected and it will ask welcome to Razorpay dashboard and activate your account, try out the dashboard. So here this is the payment gateway. So before going to live, actually we can see the test mode and you can use the live mode. So first, when you will develop your Razorpay payment gateway, you will use the test mode, and after completion your development process, you can go to the live. So if you just go to the live, it will ask to fill activation form. Basically it will ask the KYC, it will ask some basic information, banking details and many things. So we can do it later. First we'll use the test mode, and use the test mode we will try how we can use the Razorpay into our application. So this is my Razorpay dashboard. Now here we want to create the application key. So just go to the settings. So here you can see the settings and API key sections. So you can generate your test key. So click on the test key. So this is the key ID. So we need these things to integrate your application. So just copy this and I'm writing in the test.php file, right? So this is our key ID. Okay, so we'll need this. Now go to the Razorpay main website, Razorpay partner integration JS. So this is the Razorpay payment integration checkout section. So just go here and you can see the JS. So basically the integrate with Razorpay checkout. So we want to use this Razorpay checkout and we can get a manual checkout from here. So just copy all the things and I want to paste it inside the test.php here. And first we will check this, and we also get the API key. So just copy this, and here you can see inside your JS it will ask to provide your key ID. So just paste it here, right? So if you just go here, you can see this key ID, and I am pasting this key ID for me, right? Now the next thing is here the amount is 540. That means basically it is the 500. Razorpay always multiply 100 with the amount. Okay, so this is the format we need to follow this. So to pay amount 500, we need to add the 500 and need to multiply 100, right? So in this way, if you want to payment 1000, then 1000 1300, and after that the 20, right? Razorpay always multiply your amount with 100, right? So this is the simple checkout process. So now if you just go to the browser and test what happened inside your application, so just go here localhost and Razorpay test.php. so here we can see a simple pay button, right? So if we just click on this, we can see if something went wrong, the id provided does not exist. So basically the id is not exist, so basically we need to remove this order id and the account id. We don't need this right now, right? So just go here and refresh this and click on pay again. So you can see the name, that is ACME Corp, and the test transaction is 500. So here the name is ACME Corp and this is the description, so this is displaying here, and the amount is 500. Okay, so we can see this is a 500, but we are added into 100, right? So we need to add 2 extra 0 into our JS file, right? So if we just go to payment here, suppose I am providing any random number 96325874110, and suppose I am providing test@test.com and click on proceed. So it will ask to payment method, so I'm using the net banking and SBI. So click on pay and it's Razorpay banking, that is processing. So your payment is being processed. So just go to the payment and click the success, right? So this is the payment ID. As we can see, the Razorpay payment ID is alerting, and after OK we can see this is the undefined and this is the undefined. So all these things will get from the response, right? So if you simply console the response, we can see what we will get from here, right? So console.log and just write the response. Okay, so here we will print all the response which are getting from the Razorpay, and simply 500 rupees are paid. So if you just go to the Razorpay dashboard, and here if you just go to the dashboard, you can see in the down section, so here you can see the 500 rupees is paid and this is the payment ID, right? So payment is done. Now I want to check how many parameter are getting from the Razorpay. So just payment again and refresh and just go here and click on pay, and just same, this is the 500 and this is the phone number 123456799. Okay, all right. Now provide the email abcd@gmail.com and proceed. Then click on net banking. Any things you can select. So here this is the test. So just pay 500, go to payment, and it's succeed. So if we just check here inside the console, we are getting the Razorpay payment ID, organization name, customer branding, and the checkout logo. So this logo are getting, right? So if we just go to the dashboard, we can see there are many payments. So actually we have done by wrongly, right? So we are testing these things. So we can see the last payment is also the 500, right? Now the thing is, the basic payment operation is done, so we will get the payment option and we can pay. But the thing is, if we want to customize these things, means if we add name and if we want to provide the price, so as the real life what is happening, so you can select a product. So inside the product to have a particular amount, so we need to pay the amount, and when we'll check out, it will ask for the name and the details. Right now I will going to show you a forms, and I want to integrate this Razorpay payment gateway inside these forms. So how we can do this? So the test process is done. Now I want to create a index.php here, and I will add these things inside this index.php. This is the real life, right? So this is the index.php. so you can write index.php or simply enter the project directory. So currently it is blank, and I will add this payment gateway here and will add a from, right? So just go to the index.php, and first of all we need to add the Jquery. So we need JavaScript Jquery. So right here Jquery CDN, and here we'll write the minified version, that is these things. Just copy here, sorry, just copy here and paste it here, and we need these things, that is the checkout JS of this Razorpay. So just add these things here, and I want to integrate from, so right here from, and I will add some basic from. So we will simply take the name and the amount, and we can add anything what you need in future. So right here simply input and type equal to text, and name equal to, I want name, and value whatever, so we don't need this value, we can add a placeholder instead of this. So write placeholder, and placeholder equal to enter name, and we can provide the ID. So we need this ID to get access of this field. Okay, so I am writing simply beer and 2 times, right? So we are not considering any CSS also. So basically we will get many templates to integrate for your payment gateway. So I will just write simple HTML to show how it's working actually. So enter amount and right here amount. Okay, and we need this button, that is input and type equal to the button, and also I am providing the name, that is also button, and I will add the value. So I want to write pay now, right? And I will create on click function, so that when click on this pay now, it will trigger something. So right here make payment. Okay, so my from section is ready. So now I want to see what is appearing inside here. So just refresh this. So we are getting a simple from and a pay now button. So I need to create this make payment method here. So just go here and write script and close the script tag, and here we'll create a function, that is function make payment, right? We don't need these any parameters, so just simply make payment. Now we need to get the value from this from. So as we are using the Jquery, so we can use dollar, and we are getting the ID selector. So write name dot val, and we are storing these things inside the var name, right? So in this way we will store the name. So here the amount, and here is the ID is also amount. So we'll get this name and amount value from here, and the thing we have already created this section. So we need this section here, and we'll remove some things or change something as per our requirement. So right, so when you click on this, we'll get the name from here. So I just replacing the dynamic name and just write here the amount, and we need to multiply with 100. So all are done. And the next things, that is we don't need these things, we will not get the value from the Razorpay button, and we don't need the prevent default. So I am just removing these things. Okay, so when you click on this, basically these things will work, right? So now I want to see how this is working. So if you just go to here and just open the console to check whether any error or not, so just right, so click on the name, that is suppose name is test, and I am providing amount suppose 100, and click on pay now, right? So it's appearing good. So as we can see, this is appearing as the test, and this is the 100. So we have provided from the forms, and this is the test description. So we can add another field to catch up the test description or in description. So basically test description is coming from here. Now the image is not appearing. The reason is the image path is not provided here. So just go to the Google and search small image, right? We need small image as a logo and link any logo here. So just add these things. So this is copy image link, and I want to add these things here. So this is a large image path, right? So we don't need to think about this. So just refresh this and do it again. Test 2, amount is suppose 250 and pay now. So image is appearing, right? This is a good thing, right? And now make transaction. This is the random number 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 0, right? Test 2@mail.com. So click on proceed and it will ask for payment and net banking. You can select anyone. So if you just select ICICI, then also it is then also it will work, and go to the payment. So click on success, right? So if you just go to the dashboard, you will get the another payment right now. So just refresh this, and here this is the another payment, that is 250, right? So all things are coming good. Now the next things we need to do, suppose any user is coming here and check out in some things, so we need to see these records and we need to store these records inside our database. So how to integrate database and how to link with the Razorpay? So just go to the localhost PHP myadmin and create a database. Suppose my database name is payment, so right here payment, and inside the payment we'll create a table, that is Razorpay, and number of columns for now it's 4, right? So here my column is ID, basically that will be the auto increment field, and make it 11, or add name. So I will store the username and will store the amount and the payment ID. So I write simple pay ID, right? So name is Bhaker, I am providing 255, amount is integer, so right here 11, and pay ID also a Bhaker, that is 255. Okay, so all are done. So I want to add the extra 2 columns for the payment status, and I want to track when the transaction was done. So we need extra 2 columns. So for pay status and the date added. Okay, so date added is basically the date time field. So just add the date time field, and it is by default current timestamp, so we don't need to think about these things. And pay status is Bhaker 255. Okay, so just click on save. So my table is ready. Now we need to add the value inside here. So when the payment will be done, that time we need a Ajax request, and through the Ajax we will get the value inside this database. So how we can do this? So basically we'll get all the response from here, right? So now when we get the response, we'll store that data into our application. So right here Jquery Ajax Query.ajax, and here we'll create the Ajax function. So just write the type equal to post, so it will store the value through the post type, and we'll call the file name. So write URL, right? So URL is suppose the payment.php, and the next thing we need to pass the data. And how we will pass the data? So we'll pass the pay ID, and we'll get the pay ID from here. So as if we just expand these things, so we can see the pay id, that is the browser payment id. So we'll get from where? We'll get from the response pay id, right? So pay id equal to response Razorpay payment id, and we will also pass the amount and name. So right here and amount will get from this amount, right? And equal to plus amount, and we'll also pass the name. So right here name equal to plus the name. Okay, so I need these things to save. You can add your own things to save. Okay, so you can pass any data to the Ajax file and can save. And finally we will write the success, and inside the success function we will hold the value. So write function, and all the value will store into the result. So right here result, and when the result will appear, it will go to the separate page. So it will ask, so it will show a simple thank you page or in success page. So just write here window dot location dot href equal to some thanking page, or you can say the success page. So right here success PHP, right? So all things are done. Now we need to create, so all things are done. Now we need to create the two PHP page, that is payment.php, right? And we will create another success.php. okay, so just go here and create success.php. And the one more things we need to do, we need to add a db.php also. So here we'll use the database operation, right? So first use the db.php. so here just write php and write $connection. So con equal to mysql I connect, right? And we'll first provide the server name. So right here, host name, and we'll provide the host name. So this is the local host, and my username, that is root, my password also root, and my database name, so just copy from here. So the database name is payment, right? So database part is ready. Now we need to do the payment page and the success page. So just go here success page. Simply here I'm writing a h1 tag. So here inside the body I am writing the inside the h1 payment successfully done, right? And close the h1 tag. So it payment success, right? So success page is done. Now we need to do the payment.php page. So here we will save the data. Basically we will send this data from the index.php and we'll save data from the payment.php, right? So just go payment.php and open the php tag. First we'll use the database operation. So we need include and just write db.php, right? So we'll write inside this invite comma, and here we'll check this value are present or not. So we'll get the pay id, amount and name. So first we'll check if is set $post, as we are getting request from the post method. So we'll write the post, the pay id. So we'll check is there any value inside the pay id or not, and we'll also check and in the same way we'll write these things. So we'll check the amount and name, right? Name. right? So if all the values are getting from this index.php, then only we will save. So we will store this value. Suppose pay id equal to $post pay id, and in the same way just copy another 2 times. So here the amount, so amount, and for name right here name. Okay, and here we will save this data into the database. So I'll create a query. So I'll write query here, and further we will execute this query from the mysqli query function. Right, here we'll get the connection from db.php. So write connection, and we'll add the query here, right? So now the thing is, we need to write a query. So simply insert query, insert into table name. So what is the table name? The table name is Razorpay, right? Insert into table name, and here we'll send the column name and value, and here is the values, right? So values. So first we need to write here the name, and in the same way we'll do all the column name. So just write here the amount, pay id, pay status. So name, amount, pay id, pay status. So write here amount and pay id, and the pay status, right. So we don't need to think about date edit, because it is date time, because it is the current timestamp is the default value, right? So we need to add the value to the here. So right here this way, so this, right? So for name we'll get $name. So right here $name, and for amount write $amount, and pay id $pay id, right? And the next things, the status. So simply we'll write the status is success. Okay, so now test once and check this how it's working. So right now I am refreshing one more, and here the final test. So right here final test. So this is the name actually, right? And here write suppose 600, and click on pay now, and all things are coming. There is a final test 600, and now we need to add the mobile number. So right here 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10. Okay, 10 digit, done. And then email equal to final@email.com. click on proceed, and I am refreshing these things. I am deleting actually, and select any payment, that is I am selecting net banking and SBI, and go to the payment and click on success. So right, so all things are done. Now you can see the payment successful done. So that's the reason we are adding inside this here. So if we just go to here, we can see the success page, and this is showing from payment successfully done. So the main things we need to check our database, is the data inserted into our database or not. So nice, we can get the final test and 600, and also we are getting the pay id, right? And we can see the data is added, right? So simple. So in this way we can add Razorpay payment gateway into your any application. So I am using in simply PHP application. You can add here any application. So basically you can see this is a JavaScript file, right? So all the things are doing through the JavaScript, and this is the from. So you can do, so we can create any from in anywhere, like in any frameworks, that is coordinator, Laravel, or if you want any application you can add this simply from, and then just use this JavaScript file, and through the Ajax we are saving the database. Okay, so very simple. So if you have any queries about this video, please comment in a below comment section, and comment your opinion how it's working and how you like this, right? And please like and subscribe my channel, and it gives me more energy. And thanks for watching this video. Have a good day. Bye.